There you go. You finally did it right for once. Welcome back, everyone. ExAnime episode 93.
Welcome.
We're back to the C list on here. We're back from Anime Iowa. I don't know if we'll do a special about it or not.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Maybe we'll wait till tomorrow or the next day to record it. That might work out. Hey, but C list, we have Devil's a Part-Timer Season 2, which I got beef with that show already. We have Couple of Cuckoos. And then we have
Cuckoos, but it's some cucking shit.
yeah, it's some cuckish shit on there. How do you say this one? It's
it is Smile of the Arsnostoria the Animation.
And then we have my stepmother's daughter is my ex.
Yeah.
I love how every season Justice picks stuff that has something like sister, like incest stuff.
No, not every season.
You picked Cuckoos, didn't you? Yeah.
Yes, but I didn't know it was going to be a harem thing.
Pretty sure you read the description out loud when we were deciding. And it was a
yeah, but it doesn't literally have harem stuff. If it involves two people, it's not a harem.
Yeah, but there's 3 people now.
A
new challenger has approached.
Yeah, but at no point was that ever like part of it.
Don't pet that guy. You're just getting distracted. Fuck him. He gets enough attention as is. He's an asshole. Hey, if you want to learn about how much an asshole Ed is and how much he costs to get vetted, or whatever the word is, check out Bon Oui. No, but a Couple of Cuckoos, right? So we're watching episodes. Was it 11, 12, 13?
Yes.
Listen. Nagi finally kissed his sister.
It was an accident.
Oh,
it was dark. It was literally like...
I've never been in a place that's that dark. Like, I've been out in the country and you can still see a few, like a foot in front of you. It's like, oh, no, I accidentally tripped on my sister.
In a house?
Yeah.
Pitch black in a house, you can still see like a foot in front of you?
Yeah.
You haven't been that far out.
I'm sorry that you have bad eyes on there, Justice. But come on, stop petting him. Partake. Fuck that cat. Look, he's already stretching enough in front of the camera there. For the audience-only listeners, there's a cat Edward stretching in front of Justice. So basically, Nagi kissed his sister. That's the most important part of this. These 3 episodes on there. Yeah. Straight up, he's like, oh, I thought you were Erica. Just forget about it. It's like, what do you mean just forget about it? You just can't just tell your sister just forget that we kissed on there. It's all right. It's like, that's not how that shit works. It's not like, she's like, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life. She didn't say that, but we know she's going to remember it.
Yeah.
Definitely. She's like, it's not like, listen, episode 1, it's not like we're blood related or anything. It's like, well, hold the phone.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. It's perfectly normal.
What do you mean there's nothing wrong? Perfectly normal. Perfectly normal to be in love with your stepsister?
What's wrong with it?
What?
I said, what's wrong with it? Especially if they're already, adults.
Listen, this is an Alabama Justice. They're also not adults. They're teenagers in their prime of fucking season on there. Listen, we even have this, we'll have this discussion in my stepmother's daughter's my ex. When it's like... Stepmom. It's like, ooh, if... first one of us not to do a brother-sister thing is in trouble. And they call me Oni-chan, all weird, fucked up. Also, Nagi came in 13th place.
Yes.
In the test, which really destroyed him because the whole time he's like, I'm thinking about which one I want to fuck.
Specifically, there's a scene because they go fishing, and at the very end of it, or no, it wasn't fishing.
That was the time before.
He goes back to the house and is basically searching through his dad's love letters because
he finds his dad's old love letter. Yeah. Well, his mother's love letter box that she saved that his dad had wrote.
Yeah,
and it's like
he doesn't understand the concept of love.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
His dad's like, you just gotta keep going at it. Just keep giving it to her.
Well, he's like, close your eyes and imagine that the person you care for, that's the person that's gonna be your wife. But
thinks of literally all 3 girls at the same time, like, oh shit. Even his former sister, now soon to be sister-in-law. Listen, there was even a point it's like, well, would you still take a bath with your sister? With your sister? And he's like, and she's like, see? And Erica's dress is like your sexy school teacher. Is that what it was? It's like, the fuck, woman? And settle down.
Yeah, there's been weird progression because Erica at one point gets jealous because she sees Nagi and Hiro doing kickboxing stuff, which by the way, got a hell of a It was a kick or a punch because that man went flying.
It was a kick, and then he's got a hell of a punch. It was like, you never seen Hajime no Ippo, do you?
No,
but
I know it's the boxing.
Yeah, like literally the first episode. I think it was like supposed to be a Hajime no Ippo reference because like he shows up to the gym, kind of goes like, wham. I mean, that can happen with any gym thing, but they made it definitely seem more like that. Yes, he's holding your hand because you spoil him. See, I have to be the mean one because I have to live with them, so it's like not fair to me.
Just ignore it.
I took him to the vet yesterday, and I'm the mean guy. But no, I think the episode ended with Nagi fighting back to be number one again, and Hiro's like, oh my god, he's actually pursuing still. Ooh. Also, for a man that didn't pay attention at all, 10 minutes left in the test, still scored 13th highest. It's like, well, that's pretty good.
Yes, but when you've only ever came in second and then finally hit first, dropping to 13th is like soul crushing.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe next time, but the big thing now is Erica has to pass her next test, otherwise she goes back to her parents. And then you see Nagi like, oh no. It's like, well, maybe Rowan does have some more feelings.
Well, there is the argument because, again, Erica gets jealous and it's like, we're going on a date. And then at the very end, it gets like extra weird where it's like, I don't like you yet. And he's like, yet?
Yet? That was all over the Facebooks for it. There was like a few Facebook pages for this. And it's like, what do you mean, yet?
I also think it's episode 11 is where you see, was it the dad holding the photo of them younger or was that 10?
That was 10.
Okay.
That was the cliffhanger.
It just hasn't been addressed again.
Yeah.
So it's super weird.
It's like they've met each other as kids before, or it's just weird. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe it was a thing where they're taking a photo of like, these are going to be soon our new like married couple, like the arranged marriage down the road and shit. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like that Nisekoi vibe too of like they've met before, but they don't know it, but they do know it at the same time. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just like, give me what I want.
Just dick her down. Just give me what I want.
You know who else wants to get dick down? Shio from Devil's a Part-Timer.
Go ahead.
So this is Devil a Part-Timer season 2 is what I'm watching. I got beef. I got major beef with the show. Do you understand what I mean? They kind of chippied something up. Like Devil is a Part-Timer season 1, right? Very hard, rough lines. So made it seem more serious. But it seems like season 2, they kind of chibbied everyone up, so everyone's a little more smooth. Like, so you can see on the screen there's Suzuno, right? Her character design in season 1, I felt like was more detailed than her character design in season 2. Same thing with everyone, even Emmy. That's the hero that comes from another world, because technically, Mao, whatever the fuck his name is, the devil. He's not as mean looking as he was before, and everyone's smoothed out. There was this one girl, you see that girl, Shio? So she is a high schooler working part-timers at a McBurg, I think is what it is. It's basically McDonald's, but copyright. And she is in love with the devil. Sadao, whatever his name is. And she has plenty of times been like, yo, you can come over. I'm like, my parents aren't home. He's like, well, hold the phone. I got to work this job to survive on there. Like, I don't know how to describe the show. It's just like, she wants to fuck him so bad. That's all I want to say. Is like, there's one point where he tries to protect her and he basically hugs her. And she just like full on like is out of it for 5 minutes. Cause she's like, he hugged me. He loves me so much.
I have a question. Cause with the chibi stuff, is part of the difference because of how long it's been? So updated
I went.
It's been 9 years.
I've seen a side by side, and it's like, wow, they definitely did not like. It's on the Discord. I posted a picture of it. You can see a season 1 and season 2 side by side.
But there is a 9 year difference.
Yeah, it's not
different standards.
The thing is, like, you can still make stuff look close to when it was then. It's like, the thing is, I don't know. I just don't like that the characters are a lot more smoother and not as rough. Because the thing is, they just pick up right where they left off last season. It's like, oh, they didn't get that soft that quick, and it just seems like they did. So it's kind of, I don't know.
I don't think I would personally have too much of a problem with it, because there's still, like, for Classroom of the Elite, the art styles changed a little bit. And then
This has changed enough that immediately I was like, wow, that's different.
I mean, between SAO season 2 and Alicization is very different. So,
But it got
for me.
better, though. I feel like this, I felt like got worse. I don't think this was an improvement on there. It's just a whole lot less detail on there. Besides that, there was this one girl you see, Alice, Alas, whatever her name is. She pops up out of nowhere. She arrives to this world, right, Justice? In a golden apple. Speaking of golden apple, Minecraft video soon. And like literally at one point, Emmy goes to like cut the apple because they mentioned something about how like she's hot or someone's underwear. I don't remember the whole story. And literally with 2 hands pop out of the apple, and this baby comes out, and she's like, "Yo, Satan, that's Papa. Emmy, which is the hero, that's Mama." They're like, "Well, I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad." And then like, of course, Shio's over there crying. She's like, "I didn't know you had a wife and kids from another world. Why do you tell me about that?" He's like, "This isn't my kid, I swear." And then his secondary man, Shiro, is like, "Well, wait, you have a wife and kids? You had a heir to the throne, didn't tell anybody?" And that's someone trying to keep her safe. And everyone's losing their fucking shit over like, "You have a kid? Why didn't you fucking tell us about this kid?" And then basically the episode ends with them going to an amusement park like they're about to go, and that's it. It's only 2 episodes.
Oh, so you only had 2 episodes to watch?
It was season 2, episode 1 and 2. Those are the only things we had to watch. I had to watch for this season. Not too much else happened besides that, because it's more of a slice of life type thing, so not a whole lot is going to happen from, episode to episode. It's not like, you have cute girls doing cute things and bad boys doing bad things, like Arsnostoria, whatever the fuck it's called. That's my transition, Justice, to our 3rd show on there.
Smile of the Arsnotoria.
Yep, you're just going to have to say it. Listen, I was recommended this by a friend. It's like, oh, it'll be good. And it's just literally like, how would you describe it that way? Cute girls doing cute things until like warning.
Cute magical girls doing cute things.
Then a warning pops up on screen every time, and then
slaughter.
you get murder boys doing murdery things on there. It's literally like,
yeah, there's a distinct like animation shift. It goes wide, and yeah, it's weird. It
goes from like 16:9 to 21:9, and then it's like, yo, I'm gonna murder all these men, blood everywhere, and he's like, I only have this sword to defeat the devil. And then he starts killing people. It's like, I'm not the devil.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's even in episode 2.
Yeah.
Episode 1, it's literally the last 3 minutes because you're like, oh, okay, so it's cute girls doing cute things. The episode's about to end, and then it does the warning, and it's like,
burning
crusade, down burning city, like
slaughtering people in the street.
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
the characters have names, but you really don't really hear about any of them.
Mm-hmm. I'm
like,
assuming
literally the episode
eventually
starts with like, I want to get a sandwich on there.
Apparently this is based on a game.
Yeah.
So I
wonder why that's my friend recommended it. I don't know. It's kind of a weird pick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel kind of bad because we probably could have picked something else, like pharmacy in another world.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes because it's done very well.
Yes.
You can definitely tell it's like game style clothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the character designs are all super interesting on there.
Yeah.
They all have really unique personalities. Minus Arsnostoria.
Arsnotoria.
Arsnotoria.
Right.
I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Whatever.
There's a T there. Whatever.
Yeah. You're right, Justice. She just sniffs stuff. That's
Whatever.
her ability for some reason. Like, yo, this shit smells good.
hypersensitive.
Yeah. Because then there's episodes like, I can't smell anything. It's like, let's have a pillow fight. And then after the pillow fight, it's like, yeah, we're going to murder some people. That was episode like 3 when they're having the pillow fight.
No, because there was no murder stuff in that episode.
Was there not on there?
It opened up with the warning, and then there was just a pile of burning ash of someone dead, and then you had the opening sequence.
Oh.
So yeah.
I just want to know how this is going to tie in to like I feel like they're being raised to like.
I think I know.
Do you know?
I think I know. Because at one point they're talking about like bugs a lot. I think regular humans that are trying to kill them are bugs. And that this is kind of like a specific bastion to let magical girls actually like learn their magic.
I don't know. It just seemed like there was a big point where it's like, that's the one ladylike. You should not run in the hall. Well, being late is unladylike too. Fucking. I don't know. The whole sandwich thing. Like, I don't have enough money for these sandwiches. There's a whole. It's just weird.
Money
as fuck.
is mana or something.
Yeah,
oh, it's weird.
It just made sense. Like, here's the mana up in the sky. Do you got enough? No, I don't got enough. Then they have like, it's definitely like, you could tell it's probably based off a video game if you didn't know it was based off a video game on there. It's just, there's not too much to talk about the show besides like,
yeah, because look, episode 3, basically the entirety of the episode was
Ella fight, sneaky.
No, it was the Pella fight was the end of it, but the Arsnotoria, whatever, she wakes up, can't smell anything. They try to get her smell back. The little talking cat thing is like, oh, you must have smelled something real bad, which I'm assuming is burning flesh. And then it was like, you just need to smell a bunch of like nice things and all,
Then that doesn't work, and it's like, smell all these bad things.
Well, no, it's smell all these bad things, and then she has good stuff happening that she's enjoying, and then her smell comes back.
Can we talk about Alberto's mom? Or supposed mom?
No, sister. Older sister.
Older sister that comes back. It's like, damn. So obviously you're going to meet some of the older sisters, which I assume are the actual fighters of this world versus like our bad boy gang over there. I don't know how it's going to go down because they really haven't explained much. I guess that makes sense to the people that have played the game, but I like, how popular is this game that they made it into an anime?
Good question.
It's only got a 6.12, which is... It's not poorly animated. It's just
I think
it's just weird as fuck. It's like cute girls doing cute things, and then we get to watch murder happen. And it's like back to the cutesy things.
Mm-hmm. It's weird, but yeah, I'll take it. I'm interested to see where the plot is going because right now there's not a lot of it until you get those random ones where it's like murder. Yo. Yeah,
like you can definitely tell the stuff that's happening. It's like, here's your tiny little side quest. You're on extermination duty. It's like, oh shit, let's chase this thing halfway around the castle and kill it. But it's not a thing. It's a little fairy that was covered in soot on there. I don't know. It's just weird. So I mean, we'll keep watching it, but I wonder, does it say how many episodes it's supposed to be? Is it supposed to be 12. More like 12? Ugh. I guess we're 3 episodes down, Justice. So only got to talk about 3 more times on there. You know what we don't talk about enough, Justice? People wanting to fuck their stepsister. This dude, 100%. Well, to be fair, Yumi definitely wants to fuck. What is it? Mizuto? Mizuto? Yeah, whatever his name is. Basic plot of the show. We've switched gears again. We're on our 4th show right now. These two used to date in middle school. Mm-hmm. And now they're in high school. Mm-hmm. So they were very close.
By the way, it was only like 6 months ago. It was like 8th grade into 9th grade over the summer type of shit.
Yeah, like they broke up. Their parents didn't know about it on there. And their parents got married. I'm kind of happy they skipped the whole like mom meets dad thing. It's like, nope, we're just going straight into the story on there. Mm-hmm. I was expecting this to be way more like domestic girlfriend. Like real like kind of etchy right off the bat. And it was like, no, we have some sort of respect here. Yeah. Till we get to the towel falling down scene. It's like, well,
no, he still has some respect.
Yeah, I mean,
put the jacket over after staring a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit on there, the whole thing. But listen, she's weird. Mm-hmm. She's weird as fuck. Like I kept everything he gave me in this little tiny box, and it's like, listen, woman, that's a little weird. Like,
well, yeah, look, she even understands that it's weird, self-aware, like.
Yeah, but she's planning on keeping other stuff. Oh shit, no. The better part of episode 1, when she's going through his books. Oh no, that's my Pandora's box. I can't let anyone see this. It's like, dude, why are you keeping it so casually, just like easy to access in the open? Mm-hmm. Also,
that's when they establish rules of like act like siblings if you break it, because they're literally like born 30 minutes apart.
Yeah, it was 11:04 and like 11:34, and then it was on the same day. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, I'm the big sister because I was technically born at 11:04 and you were born at 11:34 on there. It's like,
and then he pulls the like, in the olden days, the firstborn twin used to be considered the youngest.
And then she's dumb as fuck, and she's like, yeah, you're right. Wait a minute, you said olden days, modern day. It's like,
You know what? As someone who is a twin, I take that. I'm taking that dub.
Oh, you're taking
I'm the
that
older
dub.
brother now.
Oh, slightly better. Because they're debating who's going to call who Oni-chan or Nissan or whatever the fuck they want to call each other on there. Then they have that very, like, GIF-worthy or, like, sound bit-worthy of Oni-chan. It's like, okay, settle down.
It's humorous. It's good.
We know you like you degenerate on that.
Oh, yeah. I'm just stroking it the whole time.
Oh, wow, that's a family program, Justus.
Yeah, okay.
How dare you say that?
Mm-hmm. Matt, a couple minutes ago. So more about incest. Like,
Just saying.
which, by the way, it's not. Like,
not yet.
Literally none of these have been. Cuckoos, domestic girlfriend, and this are not considered incest.
If you say so.
I mean,
Don't you have a
the
stepsister?
facts. I do, but
Wow, Justus. Trying to justify
don't make it weird. Like, this is just good garbage to watch.
Oh, is you'd been
Well, yeah,
So
but
we're
it's
gonna-
entertainment
Is
garbage.
that what we're gonna name this episode? Good garbage. Good
Could.
garbage to watch on there.
Could. I already had an idea,
Listen, can we also?
kind of about sniffing bras, but
Oh, well, we don't know if he did or didn't.
well, he definitely poked it, and she sniffed his boxers.
She
which
sniffed his
is,
boxers
like, real
at
weird.
the crotch region too. It's like,
Mhm.
what are you sniffing for there?
Yeah, it's
I also love, the
weird.
bra was just there. It fell out. It's like that was just in there. You just could have left it. Dad walks in like, oh shit.
oh, how convenient that her story's the same.
as his. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's even though we have no proof of what actually happened. You just have to take the word for what it is on there.
Yes. We do get introduced to the character Atsuki, who may be crazy.
That woman is definitely crazy. Her last boyfriend, he like collapsed and was hospitalized due to stress of going out with her.
Yes. Context-wise, it definitely sounds like those two used to date because he seemed too familiar with it. And even in the comments, they're like, by the way, there are some context clues of like the way he said it, or that was probably him.
Well, like Atsuki literally walks up to Risotto.
Mhm.
At one point is like, let's get married. Now she's definitely dressed up the same as his sister
Yume,
used to look like on her. She has like the wig, the glasses,
stepsister.
stepsister, whatever.
Got the step is important.
Not in Alabama. Family.
Oh yeah, but this is Japan.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an Alabama version of it, Japan. She's like, let's get married because if we're married, I can be her stepsister. It's like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And she's dead set on marrying this dude. It's like, we can date, then we can blah, blah, blah. And it's like, did she realize like that involves fucking?
Hmm?
It's like,
Probably. She's probably pretty aware.
I mean, dude's pretty lucky. Might as well go for it on there.
Mm.
It's just weird. This
Yeah.
whole show is just weird on there.
But it's entertainingly weird.
Yeah.
I got you. You hear that? He said, yeah.
I'm just agreeing with you randomly without actually thinking about it on there.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah, you disagree too, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, but I understood what you said.
No, you didn't understand what I said, no. Because I don't understand what I just said. Also, his stepsister
Mhm.
is the class president now? Or is it?
No, she just had high enough grades to be like the rep for the new like incoming class.
Yeah. He's like, you should start your new high school career, blah, 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 blah. Like, debut, whatever.
Mhm.
And she's like,
She
class rep.
Yeah, heavy like nerd.
I mean, our boy's a nerd too. He has he has so many books. He's got bookshelves, and then they have like those moving bookshelves in front of those as well. It's like, that's too many books, dude.
Yeah. By the way,
Get that boy a Kindle Fire or something.
I don't know. I like books. Books are cool.
That's too many books at that point, though.
like as someone who filled up 2.5 bookshelves full of
That
books.
was more than 2.5
Well,
bookshelves. That was
yes,
like
but-
12 bookshelves plus like 4 rolling bookshelves, Justice. That's too many books.
I wouldn't mind that room.
Fucking nerd. There was barely enough room for his bed. There was enough room for his bed and his little porn stash.
So I don't see anything wrong with that.
Fucking nerd.
Whatever. But
We're not AI. This is a judgment zone at this point.
I lost my train of thought.
Use your words.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think. You threw me off with the whole bookshelf stuff. Koguri is he like wants to actually be friends because you meet two or three.
It was 3 guys that were trying to be his friends just to get closer to his stepsister.
Well, they focus really on just 2 of them at one point.
Yeah,
so,
there was there was 3 of them.
Yeah, and they're assholes. It's just weird to be like, let's be friends with this guy so we can try to hit on his stepsister.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah, but that's such a douche thing to do.
Yeah, welcome to high school.
I never did anything like that.
Oh, I never hit on anyone that was a brand new stepsister that he used to date.
No.
Just so you could,
No.
I imagine
I never even, specifically, I was never friends with people to try to date their sister.
I had a gay brother. I mean, you could.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. not my batting.
Oh no, I mean the show kind of deserves what it has. I think it's got like a
7.
This is show really of a 7. There's no way this show.
7.18.
Oh my god.
Degenerates unite.
I would rather give the other Astoria or the fuck the show is. Hey, Devil's Part-Timer is 7.62. It kind of deserves that on there. I feel like it should have a little bit lower. Listen, it's only been 26 minutes.
Oh.
Should we talk about AI then?
Yes.
Forget the other boys? Okay, so we went to Anime Iowa.
Oh, it was fun.
Maybe this will be uploaded separately. I don't know. It might just be one whole thing. We went, so it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This last one from when we're recording on Tuesday right now. And we went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we was like going a day early.
Yeah.
There. I like Anime Iowa. But when the lines are that long, you need to start cutting shit off. I wasn't sure if there's anyone at that.
Oh, no. Sorry.
I've listened. There was literally.
I was trying to like kind of lean forward a little bit.
Yeah, there was literally just a point where it's like, what? There was probably like 500 people in line. It literally went around like
2 corners, right? Was it 2 or 3?
No, there was the first corner, second corner.
3 corners?
3 corners is technically the lobby because it goes into the lobby and it started to go like almost up the steps because they just couldn't figure out how much room there was. It was like, there's no way everyone was getting into the masquerade.
Yeah. Though of course, the masquerade is the big event.
Yeah.
And we didn't even go either year we've been.
Yeah. Well, last year was the same thing. There was just too big of a line. Like, literally the people at the front of the line were lined up 2.5 hours ahead of time.
Yeah. And we weren't expecting that because we were trying to rock up like 45 minutes beforehand.
Yeah. We even tried an hour. We were like, okay, well, every other panel's been about an hour. This is the big thing, but they open up everything for it. It's like still an hour early. Granted, we did try and sneak into the front, which actually almost worked, which is also kind of bad for security because it's like, if we could just stand there and almost sneak in, like if we really tried, we could have just snuck in the front there. It's like, well, what does that say about everything else?
Yeah.
I don't want to hate on Anime Iowa too much because we did talk a lot there about how to improve it, but it was like the big thing was like line management because there was literally points where like, what was it? It was before, not the rave. What was the other one?
The burlesque.
No, there was another one where it was just like, there really wasn't an organized line until 40 minutes before. It's like, well, people were to be lined up for over an hour.
I don't. Was that the market? Because I wasn't there for the whole thing.
I think there was
at one point they're like, "You guys need to be on this side. No, you need to be on that side."
Yeah, it was very because one person said it correct, the other person said it correct for what, if you're facing the right way, but she was faced opposite way. She said, if you're a sponsor, get on the right. If you're a regular, get on the left. But she was facing the opposite way, so she said my left, my right. Later on, she did correct herself. But it did cause a lot of confusion because remember at one point the line kind of like shifted a whole bunch on there.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh, yeah. There was a point where a lot of people had shifted to one side, then they had to shift back. So there was a giant kerfuffle. And I just didn't move because I'm like, people are just going to like move back on there. All in all, I'd say the marketplace was worse than last year. I honestly think there was more options vendor-wise, but the trade-off is there was a lot more artists rather than regular vendors, which, I mean, maybe that's what people wanted. They wanted more artists rather than vendors, but I really liked the vendors more than the artists on there.
Yeah.
So it's all personal preference. Right Stuff's booth was definitely bigger than previous year. It was one. It was technically one more installment bigger.
I don't. It's kind of hard to tell because last year they were in a corner.
Yeah, last year they were like more of a square. Now the thing is, I don't know. Last year it just felt like it was better because they were in that right hand corner when you walked in. So technically, when you're at a corner, it feels bigger because it was more spaced out. But no, right? What panels we went to? So we tried to go to the Gundam panel. They just didn't show.
Canceled.
Yep, it got canceled. Then we went to the Right Stuff panel, which actually was a lot of fun. A lot of big announcements, like they announced. Well, they already announced it at South by Southwest, I think.
Something like
or
that.
Anime Central. Obviously, they're not going to announce the big stuff at Anime Iowa, but
yeah, they do try to announce some things.
Yeah.
It's typically like a lot of the smaller stuff.
it's not the big stuff.
Yeah, because for people that don't know, Right Stuff Anime, which is the largest wholesaler or
I think distributor.
retailer,
Distributor would be anime in North America.
Yeah, in North America is based here in Iowa. So they always come to the Anime Iowa convention to help support their local convention.
Yeah,
And
even though it's a smaller convention, they still...
The total, there's like 3,000 people. So a pretty small convention. But
Yeah. I wonder... Well, the thing is we didn't go to closing, which kind of sucked. I kind of felt a little disappointed this year because we didn't get to go to as much panels as we wanted to. But it just got to the point it's like... To go to a panel, you had to start lining up an hour and a half before. There was only 30 minutes between panels. So literally you'd have to get them with a panel, line up for the panel after the next panel. Because even like we went to a panel. No, I guess we'll say the panel. So we tried to go to Gundam. That one got canceled. We went to Right Stuff. Really liked that panel. Went to Samurai Armor, which is a really nice educational panel.
Yeah. My only complaint was, there was an individual who talked a little too much in the crowd. In his case, I'll be lenient because he definitely seemed to have some problems. But the other big one was they should have had like an hour panel because they only had technically half an hour and they went 40.
No, they had an hour.
Was it an hour?
It was an hour panel.
It didn't.
The thing is, it was an hour panel. They started late. It was definitely an hour panel though.
Okay.
I think what they could have done to improve it was, I think having all the pieces out on display first. I know why they did the fully built then disassemble because they were packing it up for the next day. But I think what would have been better is have it fully disassembled, pull the pieces out one by one and build the armor. So that way everyone can see it on the table first. Just tell people when they walk in, you can look, don't touch. Because they had that long table that people were just ended up sitting on.
Yeah. There wasn't enough kind of seats, which it was also kind of
hopefully next year when the COVID restrictions really ease up, because it won't be that bad at all come next year. I think it's just that last little bit of let's play it safe, and then next year we won't have any of that. Yeah, because you could kind of tell last year they were really. Let me continue with the panels before I get too into that. So we did Gundam got canceled. We did a Right Stuff, which had some really good announcements. We did the Samurai Armor. And then we did the Rave. And then what else did we do?
That's kind of it.
Which is kind of sucks because the year before, I think we did 9 panels, which was super nice. The whole point is I want to go to panels. To be fair, we kind of skipped. No, I did the Weekly Weebs one. That was a lot of fun on there. Those guys really knew how to handle a crowd. I think it benefited this year not being the same time as the Rave or the Masquerade. So that way they got more people. Yeah. We tried to do some others, but the lines were just so long. We tried to do Hentai Power Hour, I think is what it was. That was the other panel. That the line was so long that we just were like, there's no way we're getting in. It wasn't even on main stage. It was in a small room. So it's there's no point because our room only holds it's only 50 seats, I think is what it was.
Yeah, something like that.
So
that one got cut off fairly easily. There was one that we wanted to go to about archery, and we didn't end up going to that because I think the line
was just as long.
Yeah,
it was being a sponsor would seem to really pay off for a convention like this, because that way you could get done with one, go do something for 10 minutes, line up, get in. Because that way sponsors can always cut the line.
Yeah.
Because even like in the big things like the Masquerade, there was only maybe like 20 sponsors in line.
Something.
So you'd
like
definitely
that.
be in like front row seating on there.
Mm.
And then especially Marketplace, like we waited an hour and a half. There were people that showed up like 20 minutes before it opened for them, and they only had like 5 people in front of them.
Yeah. Overall, I still think the convention was good. There were some stuff that kind of sucked, but
It was definitely worth the money we paid.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would phrase it. It's worth the $30 or
Yeah.
$35 it cost.
Mm-hmm. And I think like this is the second year I've ever gone to like an anime convention. I want to go again, but at some point I would also want to go to bigger conventions. And thankfully we do have that option around here. It's going to be a little bit longer of a drive. But
Well, the thing
it'd
is,
be nicer.
next year is kind of more packed for us because we have our Japan trip,
Mm-hmm.
and then there'll be Anime Iowa. I don't know if you'll go. I know I'm definitely going, and Calvin's definitely going. And then one convention we want to go to too is, what is it? NebraskaCon.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I could logistically do the Japan trip, AI, and NebraskaCon. It would either be a Japan trip or one of those cons.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Besides that, just there's more options. I'd say Anime Iowa is definitely worth the money. What was NebraskaCon? I think NebraskaCon's like $60.
I'm not sure. I'd have to double check.
Yeah, I'd say all in all, if you want to go to like a smaller anime convention, something easy to start out with, Anime Iowa is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The other perk of Anime Iowa, though, there's a lot of good cosplay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to post any pictures because I don't know if people wanted their pictures posted. I didn't take anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been stealing it off the Anime Iowa Congoers Facebook page. So if you just go there, you can look at all those photos.
Yeah, I did get a bunch of pictures of the samurai armor.
Oh, yeah.
I could send you the full one if you wanted to throw it up in the middle of this.
Odds are me throwing that up.
It wouldn't be too difficult,
Could.
though.
I just never signaled myself where to make a cut. But
I mean, it's fine. But
no, all in all, I had a good time.
Mhm.
Spent way too much money. I spent like $900 on like figures and shit.
Yeah, mine was just a little bit less, but it was still quite a bit. You had more figures overall.
Yeah.
And I
specifically went for figures.
Mm-hmm.
I was not looking for anything else. I always grab a few random like grab bags. DJ bought like 8 grab bags.
Yeah. Well, they did this similar thing last year too.
Yeah. I just don't. I think 1 or 2 grab bags is cool,
Mm-hmm.
but people definitely fall victim like those two to like buying like 8 or 9 grab bags. I'm like, okay, that's a lot of money. I'm like, grab bags. So, like, I understand a grab bag from this table, one from that table, one. It was like, right stuff.
I did less grab bags there. I did one of each, and then I did
2 of each.
Dojin grab bag, which
mild. It's like, oh no, they kissed. Oh.
Yeah, literally, there's one where they hug, and it's like, ooh, spicy.
Oh yeah, it's some good hand holding in here.
Mm.
God, it's so weird recording this in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost 3:00. So I mean that's fun.
I real quick, I do just because I guess I have it here. I can kind of show off. Like I have the C2 one that I bought. So I don't know if you'll punch in, but that's it's a C2 figure. I like Code Geass a lot.
It's got to be from one of those machines. It is. It's got the logo. The ones you get from the claw machines.
Which logo? The
top left-hand corner, that triangle. Yeah.
Mm.
And then they have the A rating on the side, which means it's like a very good quality.
Yeah.
It's nice because the thing is like
Ben Presto, which is known to make good stuff. Sometimes their lower grade stuff is pretty dog, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially going there, because the thing is, we like to have our hands on stuff before we buy it. You know what I mean? Like buying mediocre. What?
I was just thinking. So the place that we went to asked about like a C2. You know, oh, could I see like the 2 C2s that you have there? The lady pulled out 10 of them, and I had to ask her to stop. So that was like, eventually I dwindled down to this one.
The booth we went to was Kochira Kawaii.
Mm.
I found their Facebook page on there. They posted something. They do a lot of stuff. I mean, their booth is big.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, 7 6-foot tables. What is that? 42.
I don't
42
know.
foot long.
Was that for AI picture?
Yeah, theirs was about the same size. That wasn't their AI picture, but it was about the same size when you think about
it felt like 4 tables for AI.
No, it's definitely longer than that. Because when you look at the shelves on the back, besides that, it was definitely one of the biggest vendor booths out there. I don't think there was too many more that were about that size.
Yeah, they got to make bank.
I mean, yeah, because I've talked to her last year and talked to her a little bit this year, and I asked her like, so how often do you guys go to Japan? They're like, well, we go like once every couple months to like restock everything. So like these crane machine ones you just can't get unless you only play the games.
Mm-hmm.
Or the company does not sell those separately at all. Or if you do, you have to go to eBay. So she's like, well, we browse eBay. We bid on stuff that like, goes pretty cheap. That's why some of the boxes are sometimes beat up. But like that box, really good condition. My box had a little bit of damage.
I mean, mine has like some damage around it. But I do think this one in particular is also a couple years old.
I mean, shoot, we asked
2010.
We asked for a bleach figure.
This is a 12-year-old figure.
We asked for a bleach figure. She was like, here you go. And it was like 2005 was like the trademark day on it.
And it was rough.
It's
was
definitely like
early Renji.
Yeah, it was definitely like an early 2000s, late 90s figure. It wasn't as bad as those fruit basket figures. There was some like...
I was like, oh, cool, fruits basket. I lifted it and went, oh, and set it right back down.
It did not look great. It was like, I can see you really like it this show.
Mm-hmm. I am very happy. I like fruits basket. I'm so glad they gave it like the Brotherhood treatment where like the animation was way better and the designs were better because good God. But yeah, we can probably end it here.
Romantic variation.
Yeah. Which I don't get how. I'm assuming it's because if you look at it right, you can see. Oh, sorry, a little bit of a nipple poke.
Yeah, I guess. I got a couple Megumin figures, but I just haven't put them in here. So maybe next week they'll get shown off. Yeah. I really wanted to buy that.
He's now up to 8.
9.
He's now up to 9, and if he would have bought the Haruhi, it'd be 2.
Yeah, the thing is, the Haruhi figure. The box I had there was in good condition. There was one on eBay, better condition. That's a buy now. And I'm like, I don't want to spend that extra money. So maybe next month I'll buy it. Mm-hmm. The thing about that booth is it's like, it's there. You can see it. That is the big difference. You're definitely paying a con price. Like some of the figures that I could have bought there.
This one was pretty good price equivalent.
Yeah. I think if I bought that Sundress Megumin one from them, it was at like $20 more, which makes sense because it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Peace.